everyone! So if you don't know, I'm a watercolor artist. Right now I live on a small island in Japan. Today I'm just gonna take you with me as I take my dog on a walk. I want to create some art today, and I also want to do some crocheting because I have been obsessed with crochet. I started learning 3 days ago, and let me show you everything that I've made since I've started learning. So the first thing I made was this. It was an attempt at a granny square, and this was the very first thing I ever tried to make. This is 3 days ago, mind you, and I had to stop because I had way too much tension on the yarn, and so it was getting really knotted up and I couldn't continue. So I stopped right here, and it kind of looks like a cat ear. So the next thing I made, an actual granny square, and I was so proud that I was able to actually get this one done completely and that it actually looked like a square. I thought it was really cute, and I could probably still use it for like a pot holder or for like something hot. I didn't think it looked bad. I was really proud of myself. And then I made another granny square, and this one is way more intricate, and I was starting to get the hang of the stitches in this one, and this is when I really started enjoying the process and thinking, I think I can do this. I think that as long as I just keep practicing, I'm gonna get better and I can actually make stuff. And then I just became obsessed. Now here's what I'm working on. This is going to be like a cat ear beanie, a cat ear hat, and you can't see it now, but it will eventually look that way. I think it's kind of cute. I'm learning a lot through this process. I'm learning a lot about how to hold the needle, like how much tension to put on it, because I'm noticing like it's flaring out a little bit, and that's because I went a little too loose at some point, so then I decided to tighten it back up again, and so I'm getting the hang of consistent tension in the right way. I didn't expect to become that obsessed. I just wanted to continue, and I could do it for hours and hours, and I have so many ideas of things that I want to make, and so yeah, I was not expecting that. I thought, oh, hopefully I can do this. This seems fun. But now I can just tell this is going to be a whole other part of my life of fun things that I'm going to create for people and for myself. And I can't wait to get more colored yarn. So I'm going to do a little crocheting today too. So come along with me if that sounds fun. Let's go. We just got back from our first walk. Summer is really happy, and now I want to eat some breakfast and then maybe do some crochet or some Japanese study or both. So let's see what we get into. What a cutie bear. Did you enjoy your stroll? Yeah. You're so cute. Do you feel better? I'm not really sure what it is exactly that got me the idea to start crocheting. Maybe I was like watching a YouTube video and I think I saw somebody crocheting, and it just kind of gave me a spark of like, why have I never done that? I'm so glad that I just followed that random spark of inspiration to just go for it. And I guess that's just how hobbies start, right? But anyways, I had recently been thinking about how much time I spend on my phone. I don't want to be somebody who is addicted to my phone. And I wouldn't even say that I'm somebody who is constantly connected or feels like they have to like be on their phone all the time. I go on walks all the time and forget my phone. But I just felt like there was room for improvement because I noticed that I felt like I needed constant stimulation. If I was to step away and do some like real physical stuff, like doing laundry or doing dishes or anything that's just actually like doing stuff, that I would feel like I needed something on at all times, whether it be a podcast or whatever it was. It got to a point where I felt like in between doing tasks, it got like a really daunting because I felt like I couldn't start the next thing until I had something lined up that I could be entertained by. And another example of this is like, you know, whenever people either maybe they're hanging out with someone or they're just spending time at home or whatever, and there is a moment where nothing's happening. It's just those in-between moments where maybe nothing's happening, maybe nothing's being said, and many people, that's when they go and just like reach for their phones. And there had been some times when I could see that I was like doing that too. I guess, for example, let's say in the mornings when you first wake up, the first thing I used to do was just go ahead and grab my phone, look on Instagram, whatever, look at all my messages, checking everything one by one and being like, let's look at all the stuff here. Okay, now this is boring. Let's look at all the stuff on this social media website. And before you know it, like 15-20 minutes is gone, and it's like that time is just gone. I thought about that a lot recently, about how I had been dreading mundane tasks like doing those chores, doing the laundry, doing like the cleaning, and sometimes even going out and getting outside. Like there's just certain things that I would be like, oh, I don't want to do dishes again. Oh, I don't want to do the sweeping or the vacuuming again. Like I have to take this out. And it got to be really bothersome to me for some reason, and I couldn't figure out why that was. I think it was because with technology and with having phones constantly available to us, there's always something that would be more stimulating to my brain. That type of stuff is the type of stuff that you gravitate towards because your brain is seeking dopamine. What is the most amount of dopamine that I can get right now for the lowest amount of effort? And our brains are wired for seeking pleasure, seeking comfort. Once I started having these kind of realizations about my tendencies and my habits, I really wanted to change that. I want to be doing real stuff with my time and not just scrolling. I don't feel like I was like crazy addicted or anything. I'm just saying like there's always room for improvement. I felt like in this way I could improve my life by having boundaries. After I wake up and I get my coffee and I've been awake for a while, I've like walked around, I've used the bathroom, I've gotten somewhere out or whatever, then I can pull my phone out, check my social medias, see what everyone's up to. And then when that's done, then it's done for the day. And then I want to spend the rest of my day doing stuff. And when I have that urge to get on my phone to scroll on it, I want to catch myself because I know that I'll be able to accomplish so much more. And already, this is what I've been doing over the past like week or so. My brain actually has felt a lot clearer since making this kind of distinction. I just wanted to talk about my experience with that and like where my head's at with that kind of stuff. I made a lot of progress with this hat and it's really coming along, but because I'm a beginner and this is only like the third thing that I've ever made, there's definitely some mistakes in here. Mostly just the tension that I put on here, and it flares out, and so the side, the part that's like the wider part is supposed to be the bottom of the hat. So when I put that on and I just do a little test, I'm like, that's huge, it's so big. I know this is gonna connect right here. It's supposed to be like a little cat ears beanie, but I do think it's really huge. Hold on, let me roll this up. It's supposed to roll up a little bit. So roll it up. And whenever I connect this top part, I think this is what it's gonna look like. I think it's pretty cute. but it's so big, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to add 3 more rows, and I don't know if adding more rows to it is going to make it fit worse than it already does or be even looser because it's going to be even bigger. So I'm not sure if I should finish this up and call this my first big project, my first hat, or if I should continue following this tutorial and add 3 more rows and maybe have like a humongous hat. So I might just wrap it up. I might just be like, all right, let's connect all these together. And by the way, I've been crocheting for a lot longer than I was planning on to, but I would like to finish this up today so that I can get into the next part of my day. And it's about noon right now, so I need to put some rice on. I want to put some rice on to make some onigiri or something, and then I would like to focus on getting some art done. Recently, I've really been wanting to add another category to my oracle cards. Why is it that every time I want to talk, my throat's all scratchy? Recently, I've been... God damn it. Well, I stitched up the ends, and I have yet to put it on, but it resembles something. It could be something I put stuff inside of, or let's see. Let's take a look. What do you think? Do you think it's cute? I feel like it's got like an endearing quality to it. Like it looks very, like I feel like a character or something. But this was a lot of fun to work on. I'm glad that I was able to do this and learn a lot from this process. So I know the next time I do make a hat, I'm gonna be able to make it and it's gonna be even better. It's gonna be fitting much better probably. But yeah, I'm happy with it. So yay! On to the next part of the day.
The baby. What are you doing? What are you doing? Look at you. Look at that tail. Look at that tail.
It's raining. It's raining.
But we gotta get her outside. Outside to go potty? Okay.
And we're back. I went out there with an umbrella and she peed and sniffed around and ate some grass. And then she ran back in because she does not like getting wet with the rain. She likes whenever the rain's gone and she can just play in like puddles, but she doesn't like rain, to be outside in it. I'll show you what it's like right now. Of course, when I open this door, she's like, ooh, I want to go inside, but she doesn't want to. You don't want to. Here's what it looks like. Can you see the rain? But I love this type of weather. I feel like I can finally walk outside and not just be sweating for existing, and I can breathe. And I'm sure I'm gonna be sick of like overcast and whatnot by like February or so. I'm gonna be like, I need the sun back, but right now I'm just appreciating it because summers are very, very long. Anyways, yeah, it's a good rainy day today. This is what I have for lunch most days. It's just tuna mayo on the inside, edamame, and furikake on the outside. Super easy, super quick. This is just extra stuff. I like to let Summer snack on some of that too. She loves it. So it's just delicious too. This is just one of my favorite things to make. It's kind of the perfect lunch in my opinion. Back to wearing this hat, and I've paired it with pigtails, and I do think it's even cuter with pigtails. So I'm making coffee too. I just want to make some afternoon coffee. And somebody that I work with gave me this. They gave me a bunch of different coffees, so I'm gonna try this one. And they're just little pour overs. I'll show you how it works. These are really common in Japan. I've never really seen, like, I'm sure they exist in America, obviously pour overs exist, but these types of like one-off disposable pour over things are so convenient and they're so good. So here's what it looks like. You just peel this off, and then I'm gonna get a bigger cup. So like that, you got your coffee right here, and hot water, and you just pour it in. And when you're done, you just throw that away. And I'm sure that these probably exist in America, but I've really never seen these. I thought they were so convenient. This is a place called Caldi, and it's got like international food and snacks and stuff, and they have their own coffee brand, so their stuff is really good. Occasionally I'll just decide to have one of these pour overs. I drink tea a lot in the afternoon, but I just need to be constantly drinking something all day long. Now that I know how to crochet, I want to make some cute mug sweaters. I think they seem super cute. I have a mug that doesn't have handles on it, and it does get really hot. Like, it's a mason jar basically. I just really like jar mugs. But yeah, here's what it looks like. So I just thought if I just make something that goes up to like right here, and I can just put this inside of it, that'd be pretty neat. It looks like it is done. I like to just wrap it with the seaweed, just like that. And of course, Summer wants it. She knows she's gonna get some.
She likes it.
Right now, I plan on doing a little bit of art, and then I'm gonna be finished up with my day and heading into the evening. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you want to take a look at my shop or my website, or sign up for my newsletter, I'm gonna have all those linked below. If you do sign up for the newsletter, you immediately get some free art from me that you can download. You get monthly pick and art tarot readings in your inbox, and then you also get discounts to my shop. If that sounds good to you, then go ahead and check out the link below and enjoy the rest of your day.